Welcome to Gapology Radio Podcast with authors Mark Tinas and Brian Brockhoff. We can be reached at gapology.org, and our books can be found at amazon.com.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Gapology Radio. We're excited for today's episode. We've got a good one planned for you guys. So let's give Mark a call and see what he's doing.
Hey Brian.
Hey, how are ya?
Good, how are you?
Good. How was your week?
You know, it was incredibly productive, so thank you for asking.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's with this weather, I've noticed so many people are just so down because it's been cold throughout the whole United States. It just seems like it's brought everybody down. So I think it's important that we embrace it, because in about 5 minutes it's going to be 1,000 degrees outside again.
Yeah, I mean, this has been the rainiest winter in California that I'm aware of, ever.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's just terrible. I know a lot of people are really suffering with floods and that kind of thing.
Yeah, so, well, let's get them pumped up here, huh?
Yeah, what do you want to talk about?
So, a topic that's near and dear to my heart is we are what we celebrate. You've heard me say that before, so I want to talk about that. How's that sound?
Yeah, perfect.
So if you're taking notes, I'm going to give you some scenarios here, but let me just explain it. So we are what we celebrate as leaders. What we celebrate sends a loud message to our team. It communicates our values. Most importantly, it speaks to the behaviors that we desire if we are celebrating, human accomplishment, human effort. And a lot of leaders out there just don't take advantage of this. So I'm really passionate about talking about this because it's a game changer. And as leaders, we've got to learn to leverage it, because it's a great tool to drive the right behaviors. How's that sound?
Yeah, exactly. I think, just think about how different that is from a fear-based leadership style.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. That is a great point. So we sort of view organizations as one of three types. So I'm going to give you the three different organizational types that we see, three different leadership types that we see, and we're going to walk through them one at a time. So the first one is an organization that really celebrates nothing. They're maybe very busy. It's a chaotic environment, and they may celebrate birthdays or something like that, but those are non-behavioral. So what happens in those environments is there's no message back to the team about what matters. So it confuses the team, and great behavior gets lost. And you don't want that. You want great behavior to always stand out. So it's not a place to grow your career. It's not a place where your engagement level will be at an all-time high. So it becomes not the place to work. So when you celebrate non-behavioral things, you really don't drive productivity like you could. So you are not leveraging this incredible opportunity to show your team, that we are what we celebrate. So what do you think about that, Brian?
Yeah, that in organizations like that, there's really no emotional connection. If you're not celebrating the things that really matter, people don't care. I think it creates robots, people who are just compliant.
Well, you bring up some great points. Yeah, so emotional connection is key. The other thing, though, is that if I'm a top performer, I don't stand out now.
Right, yeah.
And if top performers don't stand out, you're losing that ability to drive productivity to the next level, to just be an incredible organization. So leaders really need to be on purpose about celebration.
Yep.
No, great point there. So the second type of organization that we see and that we have worked with is an organization that literally celebrates everything.
Yeah.
That can be fun, but it also confuses the team. And again, great behavior gets lost, because you get celebrated, I get celebrated, we all get celebrated. That is not a way to leverage the great behaviors, that are there, that are possible through celebrating on purpose. So it once again becomes maybe a fun place to work for a while, but not a place that's going to take top performers to the next level. You want to be the place to work. You want to be the place where your career grows because you perform and you develop through that process. So leaders that celebrate everything are also totally missing the power of celebration. Because if you celebrate everything, you're sort of celebrating nothing.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Little League team or the youth basketball team that, everybody gets a trophy. I think we're,
right.
So many times we're teaching our kids that, there's no value in succeeding and striving for that trophy, for working hard to win a game.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. So the third type of organization that we've worked with, and the organization that we view as absolutely the best, is the organization and the leaders that are very on purpose about celebration. So they plan it out. They create rituals tied back to their purpose and to their mission. They tie the celebration to the expectations that they've set for the team. And they leverage something that we call PEP. If those of you that are taking notes, write this down and I'll give you what that is. So PEP is a very real thing. And what it stands for is purpose. Giving someone a purpose drives engagement. So that's the P and the E. So engagement is my focus on my work, my satisfaction at my work. And what engagement does is it creates discretionary effort in people, so the team works harder, and that creates productivity. So the PEP is purpose, engagement, productivity. So if you celebrate correctly, you create PEP, and that drives productivity to all new levels. So that type of organization we have seen wins much bigger, creates career growth that's much bigger, and is the place to work. So if you're a leader, you want to create that on purpose celebration that is a communication tool about what you value, about what behaviors matter, etc. Brian, thoughts on that third type of organization?
Yeah, the key really is that purpose, really understanding why you're there, why you're doing the things that you're doing. Too often we have kind of this, fog that we're all functioning in because there's so many different things that we're trying to go after. Purpose really creates that lens on the things that really matter, things that are going to really move your numbers, things that are really going to impact people. And, engagement is key. If you get people to really be engaged around the thing that's the most important, that productivity level will definitely soar.
Yeah, no, that was excellent. Purpose provides clarity,
Yep.
So here's what you need to do, leaders. So you need to step back and say, okay, what's our celebration plan? How are we leveraging celebration? How do we currently do it? Is it just some random thing? Is it something that we're planning out, again, in a ritualistic fashion to create, energy in the team, to create productivity? So step back from it, determine where you're at, and then develop a plan. You will be amazed how simple celebration can change everything. We used to work with an organization where we would gather in a small group, small circle, and do standing ovations. We were already standing, but we would do an ovation, therefore, for the top performers, always around the same behavioral metrics. That became very powerful. We worked with an organization once that gave out a coin that represented their purpose and values, and the coin would be awarded to those that exceeded expectations and really lived the purpose and were just examples of what they were looking for. That coin became a significant desire in the people that worked there. They wanted that. They wanted to be the one that received it. So you need to have a plan here, and most organizations simply do not have a plan for celebration. And it can be very powerful.
Yeah, Mark, when you were saying that, I was thinking back, and so often we're kind of tricked into not celebrating. I think people, a lot of times if you ask them, hey, do you like to have public recognition? People are going to say no. I don't know why the psychology is that way, but I think truly most people want recognition. And I think I would err on the side of over-recognizing people rather than under-recognizing people.
Yeah, I think back to what I think about what you just said, and I think back to a boss that I had that simply wrote handwritten notes to people.
Yeah, I love that.
When they exceeded expectations. It was his ritualistic celebration. I can remember keeping that handwritten note on my office wall for a decade because it meant so much to me. And I think he simply thanked me for, a specific thing. And it was that meaningful. So you can do this, leaders. You can develop ways to celebrate that are of great significance and stick with them. They can really last for a career. So we are what we celebrate. Thanks, Brian.
Yep. Sounds good, Mark. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you later.
Have a great day.
Yeah, you too. Bye. All right, that'll do it from here. Head on over to our website, gapology.org, for more information. Everyone have a fantastic week. We'll talk to you soon.
This has been a Gapology production. Visit us at gapology.org.